Okay, food in the United States is poison. This isn't a controversial topic anymore. This is something that's well known. Yes, I have hiccups. We're going to have to just work through that during this video. Um, the food in the United States is poison. You can ask anybody from Europe, anyone from South America, anyone from anywhere in the world, maybe not India, but they will tell you that our food is, oh my God, our food is poison. And this is no longer a big deal. We know it's laced with ungodly amounts of sugar, red dye 40. I mean, the United States is the most unhealthy group of people on Earth at this point in the year 2025. So the most advanced we've ever been, the richest we've ever been, supposedly, and somehow we are still the most unhealthy group. What is going on, and what can we do about it? This is more important than anything. Excuse me. So we know that fertility, hormonal health, skin, diabetes, everything from metabolic all the way to cancer is now being traced backwards into how bad a lot of the food is basically for you. And the fact that we know this and we're not doing anything about it means we're actively being poisoned. So what are we going to do about this? In Europe, they are able to make all our same foods not poisonous. For kosher, they are able to make food for Jewish people that is completely not poisoned. It's possible. It's totally possible. We already know why they're doing this. Obviously, this is a sedate the population, maximum profit sort of situation. This needs to end. This is literally, I mean, would you poison your own children? No, it's the same thing. It's not different. It's not different. And people need to be held accountable for this. Poisoning your food is not only bad, but it is something that needs to be taken immediate action on. So let's get to the solution, because I don't think our food being poisoned is that much of a conspiracy theory anymore. Pretty much everybody knows it. At this point, you look at the back of anything, and the list of ingredients is like 6 miles long. And the fact that I have hiccups right now is pissing me off. It's 6 miles long, and we know this. And you can't even pronounce anything. You need a scholarly degree just to decipher the food, when you used to just be able to pull a potato out of the ground and eat it just fine, and now it's laced with microplastics. So we need to resolve this. How do we resolve this? First off, any food at all that can be made anywhere else on all of planet Earth in a way that doesn't have 6,000 ingredients in it needs to be made like that. Okay, no exceptions. Everything from candy bars to chocolate to pizza to ice cream, it doesn't matter. It does not need to be laced with poison. If it can be made in another country with less ingredients and in a healthier way, it should be by law, no exceptions. I don't care. If it is impossible to make a food without poison in it, it is not designed to be eaten by human beings. Okay, I want to make that abundantly clear. If it is impossible for the food to be made without all that artificial stuff, it is not food. It is literally poison. Alcohol is less of a poison than that. That is literally designed to kill you or make you weak or make you infertile. No, it needs to just be banned. Like, end of story. Yet people might complain they don't have their double McRib with extra cheese sauce laced with microplastics and soy and sugar. You'll get over it. I guarantee you in 2 weeks, you'll be able to forget. You'll move on to something else, and maybe you'll feel better, and you won't feel like dog shit all the time. You won't brain fog all the time. Your hormones won't be all fucked up. You'll actually be able to lift up some weight. You'll actually be able to walk up the stairs without deep breathing. Okay? Or maybe I'll be able to finish this without hiccuping. But seriously, that needs to be end of story. If you make it somewhere else, you can make it here. End of story. Second, companies that continue to make the foods despite us knowing how to make it in other countries and them knowing that it's poison. So that means anything with a class 1 or 2 carcinogen in it, because potatoes are not carcinogens. Okay, we know this. We've been eating this food forever. You know what I'm saying? Red meat is not a carcinogen. Don't even get me started. So there's obviously going to have some sifting through that list. This should immediately go into effect, where if companies are continuing to do this and make these things that they know is poison and addicting people and making them sick and giving them Alzheimer's and doing all these horrible things, making them infertile, making their kids have mental disabilities, they need to have a 10% tax placed on it. Now, this is after they'll have 1 year to solve this problem. Okay, they can do it in a year. Companies are very good at it. They pulled the Bud Light thing in like 3 days, so they can definitely do it here. You know what I'm talking about. But if they can't, then you have 1 year to do it. If the company can't do it in 1 year, there's a 10% tax placed on everything bought from the item that the company has to pay for. The tax is by law not allowed to be pushed onto the consumer by raising the price. By law. This is the whole point of making these decrees, because they are laws enforced by the government that you need to follow. And they'll have to do it. Every single year, the company chooses to not remove the item or fix the item. And that means fix it entirely. Not taking out one ingredient 1 year, then like lobbying another. Every year, it will go up by 10%. That means in 10 years, it will be a 100% tax on every unit, by the way. So that's every candy bar. 10% of the cost of that candy bar must be paid to the government in taxes. Okay? And this is obviously ridiculous. This is meant to de-incentivize the company from selling you poison. Okay? Like, this is for the betterment of the health of the whole country. So yes, they might not be able to sell you a double, triple Oreo fudge stacker, but you can eat potatoes with sour cream and you'll be okay, and that's really yummy and you'll really like it. Maybe you'll like the honey with raw dark chocolate. I think you'll like that. Yes, it might take 2 weeks for you to get used to not saturating your body with sugar, but you'll survive. Okay, I promise. And you'll be healthier, and you'll literally have a better life in every single way, shape, or form. Your life will be better. Fact. Except for the 2 weeks to a month where you're freaking out withdrawing from it. And there'll still be sugar, just not, you don't need 45 grams in a bar of chocolate, okay? That's ridiculous. It's also poison, which I will bring up. Maybe I'll post a picture of the rat study that they showed that, and this has also been well documented for a while, but basically rats that consume as much sugar, or even 1/5 the much sugar as the average American diet, when they were put in a pool and basically made to swim to the point of safety. A normal rat can do it in 3 seconds. A rat that ate an American diet took 36 seconds to reach the exact same objective while being pushed along. That is horrifying and also disgusting, because that's what it's doing to your brain. It's destroying your mind too. It's not just your body, it's destroying your mind. 36 seconds in the wild to get to safety, that's too long. You're dead. You're dead 6 times over. 3 seconds is great. Anything other than that is terrible. And you're like, oh, it's a rat. Rats are geniuses. They are so smart. That's why I could get there in 3 seconds. It's probably smarter than a human, which means it's going to affect us even worse. Okay? So, that being said, the 10% tax that goes up every year nonstop. After 10 years, okay, if they couldn't stop poisoning you in 10 years, even with the 10% tax, and by the way, all that tax money, every single dime of it, goes to disease curing. Cures. C-U-R-E. Cure. Not prevention, not all this. We know how to prevent them. We can spread that knowledge. Cure. As in never again. Okay? Yes, we can do it. We have AI now. We can figure it out. And then the third thing that happens is basically over the course of time, the company has not managed to get rid of the poison food over a decade. I have no idea how this even happened. The company will be asked to leave the United States forever. We don't need people poisoning our population here. I'm sure there is over 330 million people. I'm sure one of them can figure out how to make a company without literal poison in it. I'm sure they can figure it out. In fact, you can just copy the formula off of Instagram, scale it up to a big scale, and then not put the poison in it, then you'll be rich. Congratulations, now you're rich. And the poison people are out. I think we can figure it out. I'm very confident. So that's what's going to happen, because we don't need enemies of the state inside of the United States, because that's what they are. You are poisoning the population on purpose for profit. Not only is that literally evil, but it's also, you are an enemy of the state, and you are an enemy of the children, because you are killing the children at the exact same time. and it should be treated as such. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say something like treason, but I am going to go as far as to say that you need to leave the United States. Your company is no longer welcome here. Go somewhere else on planet Earth and poison those people. And I'm sure they'll be so happy to have you poison them. Okay? But I think they'll be able to figure it out. And I think that's it. Besides that, I do think that there should be a standard initiative for every single person in the United States to learn how to grow a farm, or not like a farm, but I'm saying like a garden or something like that at home, just so they know how to make their own food and cook their own food. This should start in school. I think we'll be okay without long division for a majority of people. I think people knowing how to grow and eat their own food in a healthy way is a far better substitute to long division. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying it's absolutely not as important as that. That should be noticed, because 97% of all people in the entire United States never, ever use long division ever once in their lives after that. But all of them eat. And we need a healthy, strong population, because Socrates, Plato, and all the Greeks said is a healthy body is equivalent to a strong mind, because a strong body has strong instincts, and a strong body is only capable with a healthy body. The strong instincts are what we need to push not only us, but our species forward, our country forward. And unhealthy body gives way to unhealthy instincts. Unhealthy instincts in each and every person lead to an unhealthy society, which always crumbles.